Hello, welcome to All Mama All Right. I am zooming in from Antarctica. Zen and I decided to take a little road trip, and as you can tell, it is freezing here. Ah, did I get you? No, we're actually in Burlingame at my parents' house, and for some reason, 68 degrees is the temperature of the indoors, and like 50 something degrees is the outdoors. So I'm just cold. So luckily I brought my huggle. And for all you that do not know, I won this in a white elephant for Christmas. And so many people wanted it, but they didn't get it. I'm lying again. I was the only one that wanted it. And my sister actually purchased it with me in mind for the white elephant. But yeah, so a little bit about today. It's super late. It's almost 10 o'clock. So I just wanted to check in with everybody and kind of just talk about our day and what I do when I am making this little road trip with Zedekai. As I mentioned, we are in Burlingame, California, and right by the airport, SFO, San Francisco International Airport, for those not too familiar with the area. And we live, my husband Zena and I, and the two pups, live in Carmel Valley. So that is about 2.5 hours south of the Bay Area, Burlingame, San Francisco, B-Game, as we locals like to call it. And Zena and I came down. Well, we have a high tea with my Baba this weekend. My cousin set up a high tea at a hotel in San Francisco, and it's going to be really cool because there's going to be 4 generations of Flannerys there. And so that's this Sunday, and that's why we are in the area. But because Zena and I didn't have anything else going on in the valley or in Carmel, we decided to play hooky and drive on up early. So that is why we're here. And this is a commute that I was actually making while I still was working in San Francisco. I was making this commute. Again, it's 2 to 2.5 hours each way. And I was commuting with Zena. So what that looked like at a time was leaving on Sunday midday or late evening and getting into the Bay Area, just enough time to usually put Zena down for the night and me down. And then I'd wake up super early on Monday and then work from the office or wherever we were meeting Monday. And then usually we would stay Tuesday as well. But some days we would book it after, work on Monday. So, and then there were so many times when I would just come down for the day and do workshops or brainstorming sessions and with the team. So I got pretty good at where to find bathrooms, where to find the best gas stations, what was open at certain times, morning, during the day, late evening. Especially those late evenings, you have to be pretty strategic when it comes to potty breaks. And yours truly has the smallest bladder in the world. So one stop is a must. It's just a must. And sometimes, those too. Not gonna lie. And I wish I could blame it on my daughter, but I really can't. And so now what trips look like, they're actually a lot smoother because Zena is older. But but man, I will have to tell you, there were at least two that definitely come to mind when Zenna cried the entire way from like the second I put her in the car leaving Carmel Valley to calling my mom frantically when I was like 10 minutes out of Burlingame, being like, I'm gonna go crazy. You have to take her the second we pull in. And then when the first time happened, when that the first time happened, I had no tools. I mean, because we take little trips, and she would be totally fine, totally fine. And then all of a sudden, this one time, she just, was not happy. And so the first time, I had no idea what to do. And so I was probably crying and screaming along with her. And then the second time, I turned on Friends. So again, I'm driving, so I'm not watching it. But Friends, to me, if you caught my first episode, or my second, I know everything there is to know about Friends, and so I can literally watch. I can see the actors, and I can see the episode with just hearing the audio. So it was perfect because they're like my friends, So I felt like they were there helping me get through this and laughing with me. And so when Zenna was crying the entire time, it was fine. I really wasn't bothered because I had my friends and I was saying the lines with them, and it was just a great way to pass the time when all you want to do is have someone pass a bottle of something. So, but now she's great. She's great. She's well, right now she's screaming, not out of pain and suffrage like she was before. She's just screaming because she's, discovering her lungs and lung capacity. And maybe she's the next Celine Dion, but right now she does not sound like it. So, that is what the car was like today, just her screaming. But it's good. So, today, Wednesday, we wake up, you do yoga, and she does yoga with us. And then I put her down for her nap, and I wake her up when I'm completely ready. So that's a trick that I used to wake her up like the second that she would wake up from the nap, thinking, okay, well then I'll figure out how to like pack the car and do this and finish packing, getting ready. With her, freaking impossible. I mean, it's really, really difficult. So even if she's a little fuss, I keep her in her crib until I'm completely packed and the car's ready to go. Literally, the AC's on in the car, cooling it down or heating it up, and then I go and get her, and I will, change her and get her dressed, and then we go straight to the car. We just go straight to the car, so I make sure like all goodbyes are said and all little tickles and doggy treats. Like we say goodbye before I get her to head straight to the car. And then we really just go. Today I tested it. I did have to stop for gas, which she's cool because I don't have to get her out of the car. But then I did have to get dry cleaning. And that I was a little nervous about because it's really close to where we live. So she usually doesn't like when like I put her in and like literally 3 minutes later I take her out again. And but she's good. She's good. And I, had the sippy cup ready. And so then we just hit the road. And then we always stop in Morgan Hill, which is about 40, wait, no, it's about an hour out. Yeah, about an hour out. So about halfway home, and or halfway to Burlingame, my childhood home. And they have two great exits, East Dunn exit and then Cochrane exit. So if you want Starbucks and Trader Joe's, you go to the East End. And then if you want Pete's and frozen yogurt, you go to Cochrane. So we tend to go to Cochrane. Surprise? No, absolutely not. But so we roll into Cochrane. I get her totally out of the car, and because this is where we're going to stop to have lunch. And caffeine, caffeine is the most important part of this whole equation. And so I get her out, everything out of the car. She's totally in her wagon, all strapped in and stuff. Well, guess what? Pizza's closed. For some silly reason, their winter hours, quote unquote, but maybe unstaffing hours, they close at 2 every single day. 2 p.m. Well, hello. I mean, isn't the whole world needing coffee between at least 3 and 5 p.m. or maybe 2 and 4 p.m.? So and I was not the only one that kind of like went up to the door and like opened, like you tried to open it and then like paused, saw the sign even and was like, I think that's lying, and then tried to open the door again. Two more people after me tried to do that too. So still fed Z, and then had to get a sugar high instead. So loaded up on frozen yogurt, and it's actually one of the best yogurt. I think it's called Yes Yogurt or Yes to Yogurt. I don't know, but they always have bomb flavors, like really cool ones. So they actually had an espresso. So I think I got something out of that. And then they had like a Valentine's Day cookie, and it was hot pink, and it was awesome. So that's always a fun stuff. And yes, I was the only adult with like 17 children, but and then I didn't get any. Oh, she didn't need any sugar. This beanie's a little itchy. But yeah, so always stop there. And both exits have gas stations if I need that, but I was looking good. And then we almost made it home, because usually we can make it all the way home. But at this point, we're getting way into nap time. And we were going to go on the running store. My family has a running store in the area, and they do Wednesday walks. And so we were going to do that. And that starts at 6. And we were, it was already like 4:20 by the time we would have gotten home. So I decided to make a pit stop on the avenue, Burlingame Avenue, very swanky, and grab a Pete's. Finally, this one was open, and fully get caffeinated. But then that kind of kicked back time. So Zen and I were able to potty there too. And that's where we learned that frozen yogurt place is closed. If you ever want to make me happy, just give me a almond milk cappuccino, and then take me to Froyo, and you will be my favorite human being in the entire world. I will put you before Zena until she can afford to buy me almond milk cappuccino and a frozen yogurt. But yeah, so then by the time we got home, usually she would have gone down for a nap if we weren't going to go walking, because I could have gone there like an hour and a half. But instead, we just got home and kind of changed, hung out for a little bit, and then we went for a little evening walk with, there were like probably 8 or 10 of us, and it was great. It's right by the avenue, so we stopped at the avenue, and then we walked through Hillsborough. And one thing about Hillsborough that's a little scary at night with a baby in a wagon and no lights is that there are no sidewalks and no street lights. So I will have to rethink that approach to walking in pitch black for the next time. But luckily, some people had little flashlights So yeah, so we did that. That was like an hour-ish. And then just came home and by that time, I mean, that's why I'm recording so late and I wasn't originally gonna do this topic, but short and sweet. And yeah, I couldn't imagine going a day without connecting with you all. I mean, oh my goodness. So yeah, so we're gonna be here for the next, well, through Sunday, maybe Monday, and I'll be sure to set aside some time. But this will be the backdrop most likely, if that's okay with y'all. Nothing interesting to look at, except there is a bear. This is a good bear. Yeah, like love you bear at the house in Carmel. But yes, so little Z girl is in her pack and play, and I get to love you, husband. But I cannot wait to spread it out. I'm gonna starfish the F out of this bed. No dogs at my feet. No dogs jumping on and off the bed. Just one. No husband trying to cuddle me. Ugh, get out of here. Just me and my eye mask and my lip gloss, my Save X chapstick. Oh my god, and this bear. I'm in heaven, y'all. And this is one of the comfiest beds like in the world. And it's pink. I mean, come on. Can I sell this even more? You guys are all gonna want to come and sleep in this bed tonight. Oh, well, thanks for tuning in. Love. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mama's signing off. Thanks, y'all.